What's going on, everybody? And in this video, I'm going to share with you the secret only the ultra rich know about. All right, so let's dive right into it. Share my screen. I've got a few slides prepared for you, of course. Okay, here we go. Awesome. Now, let's see. Let's click present. And let's talk about time versus money, all right? So that's the secret only the ultra rich know about. Why? Because that's why they're ultra rich, because they value time differently than money. So let's see. The biggest misconception of all times is time equals money. It actually doesn't. Like, that's like the biggest misconception out there in the universe. It is not true. So why? Time is non-renewable and money is a renewable resource over and over and over again. Think back to childhood, right? Go back to any event in the past and go back into time. Any kind of event you had in your teenager years. Can you go back? No, you can't, right? You have no control over time. That's why time management is also a little bit of a misconception, because you can't manage time. You can just use time, okay? So the ultra wealthy know how to use time and leverage other people's time, okay? So time is the only non-renewable resource out there in the universe, right? So money is renewable at all times, right? Money is everywhere. If you lose it, you can make it back. It never goes away and you have full control over it. It doesn't matter. Money gets printed on demand all the time. Once the time passes, it's gone. It's gone forever. We can't stop it, right? Time runs and flies and flies and flies. Like the biggest thing, people think that they have time, and people don't have time, right? We can't stop the time. We can't relive time, so we can't go back in time. But we can make unlimited amount of money all the time, if that makes sense, right? So what do you think is more valuable, time or money? Let me know in the comments below. What do you value more, time or money? Would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. Type time if you value time. Type money if you value money more. Okay. I'm going to give you some examples why that is the case, so you can understand maybe a little bit better. Okay. So businesses are buying your time back. That's why they're successful. That's why the wealthy people who run profitable businesses are so successful, because they buy other people's time and they value their time more than money, okay? There is a reason why at school you don't get taught about this, and in school they keep drilling into you time is money, okay? That is, as we now know, not true. And the example of the Rockefeller, he is the one who heavily influenced the institutions in the educational system with his donations back in the day, because he also publicly declared all he wanted to do is build nations of workers and not thinkers. That's why you don't understand these kind of things in school. That's why they don't tell you about this kind of stuff, right? That's why they drill into you, time is money, time is money. Time is not money, right? There is an agenda behind it. There was an agenda behind it by this guy. You can look it up, and it still swaps over into generations and generations and generations, because nothing has changed, right? All right, so now let me give you a few clarity examples. Think about people who catch planes versus people who catch the boat to the same destination, right? The person who goes into a plane, who sits in a plane and flies from Australia to Bali, flies there because he wants to be there in 2 hours. If they fly from Perth to Bali, that's a 2-hour boat ride, right? Then people who don't value their time but want to catch a cheaper boat, because it's cheaper, but it takes days and days and days, if not weeks, to get there, if ever at all, right? That's the other thing. Those people catch the boat because they don't value their time. By the time this guy who caught the plane from Australia to Bali is all around the world, by the time this guy who sits on the boat maybe arrives in Bali, maybe not, okay? Do you see the difference? So successful people value their time, Okay, they don't sit on boats, they catch planes. Another example is in the real estate business, all credit is bad is a very, very bad misconception as well. And I used to believe that too, because that's how I grew up a little bit. But one book which changed my mind a lot about that is Rich Dad, Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki. Definitely check it out. You know, credit is actually good. Like rich people buy money on credit cards all the time so they can invest it into property, because that way they make so much more money back. Okay, that's Grant Cardone does it that way. He has the funds, he borrows money from other people. So credit allows many people to build a very successful real estate business. Okay. Another example, I love this example. So I would like to ask you, if you go to the cinema, right? You go to the movies, you watch a 2-hour movie, and what is that going to cost you? $20. $20 for the ticket. What is that going to cost you? Let me know in the chat below. Maybe some of you know. It's not going to cost you the $20, right? What is it really going to cost you? It's costing you 2 hours of your time, okay? 2 hours of your time plus the $20. Now, what is your hourly rate? $200 maybe, right? Times that by 2, add the $20 on top of that. And then you have what the cinema visit actually cost you, $420. That's how you calculate the time. That's how you view time as a super wealthy person, right? Super wealthy people think, oh, if I go to the cinema and I spend 2 hours of my time, let's say their hourly consulting rate is $10,000, they just spend or lost $20,000 spending the time in the cinema versus not taking consultation calls, for example, right? So that's how they view time versus money, all right? So we have lots of people actually joining our coaching program on credit cards and or third-party financing. We had someone join on PayPal as well, because they understand time is non-renewable and money is a renewable resource all the time, right? So they join the coaching program, they take the credit, and they can pay it back as soon as they make it back, all right? So yeah. Now, is that clear? Let me know in the chat below. I hope this was clear. That's the whole point of this video, to make it a little bit clear to you. Time is a non-renewable resource. Money is a renewable resource at all time. All right, clear? Awesome, cool. Now I would like to invite you for a quick 10 to 15 minute cash injection call with me. There's nothing to sell on that call. Comment me below if you're interested in that call. We will brainstorm over your unique business and figure out how we can add $100,000 to your business in the next year or less. All right. So let me know in the comments below, comment me below, or comment call below if you want to have a chat, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in.